everyone and welcome back to Crafters TV. I'm Debbie Fisher and it is a new year, which means it's a new craft. Happy New Year, everyone. I hope you're enjoying the beginning of the year. Let us know what you've been crafting over Christmas and the new year. I'd love to know, but more importantly, let us know what you think your new craft might be this year. Have you decided to do something a little bit different? Maybe you watched the colouring earlier and thought, actually, I might have a go at alcohol colouring or watercolouring, or maybe you just want to find a new craft. For a little while now, for the next few days at least, we're going to be doing the New Year New Craft, which is bringing you something in our ranges that maybe you haven't quite dabbled in. Maybe it'll be scoring, might be die cutting, embossing, so we're going to show lots of different ones of that. So I think Crafters TV is going to be really interesting to you out there to find that new craft, which is very exciting. Now, also, I do want to tell you, please head to the website and shop the winter sale, because I have been informed today, 2 days left. That's all there is left, 2 days. So make sure you go and have a peruse around that website and then you can have a look then. Right, I'm not on my own. I've had a bit of a switch around. Earlier, I was on the other side and now I've switched over. And our lovely Craig is just going to show us what he's got in store for us tonight. Craig, it's been a great day.
It has been a really good day.
Although you were solo this morning.
I was, yes. So we had wake-up call this morning. We went solo for an hour, so I gave you that little bit of a head start as to what Debbie was going to do within New Year, New Crafts. And then, of course, we have got our launch party here. So what we're going to do is I've cherry-picked Debbie. So I'm not going to do full demos as such. What I've done is I've had a look at some of the most credible finished samples that we've got from our design team. And I thought what I'm going to do is some of them I'll show how you can replicate, just to give you the idea of techniques. But we're going to have a look at some collections such as the Cheers to You collection. Perfect one, of course, for the men in your life or for the men that you know. However, saying that, it's still a good one for things such as anniversaries and birthdays, because you've got the champagne, you've got the cocktail glasses, but you can do fun cards, you can do your concepts, you can bring in your shakers. What we're also going to look at, and we're going to look at it first, Debbie, is the confetti border dies.
I
adore these.
Yeah, me too.
Absolutely adore these. These are for anyone that is new, because we had some new viewers today. When we first seen them, this is how they came, and I was like, what can we do with that? Let me tell you the things that, well, do you know what? It's just endless what you can do with that little bit of metal, because you can do the techniques. Whether it's some of the inky techniques that Debbie was showing within New Year, New Crafts with the aqua pens, then you can cut into them, then you can then start to do your banners, your strips, you can then cut straight into your cardstock, and it could be pattern paper at the back, it could be your inky backgrounds. Then what we're going to do is we're also going to have a look at our Bella Luna collection from Sheena. This is an absolutely exceptional collection that we've got. So we're going to have a look at that, but we've got lots of finished samples that we'll also show you throughout the show as well. The first thing that we are going to have a look at when we come back to me is going to be the actual confetti border dies, and we're going to do a little bit of inking, which is always my go-to ink pads, and that is the water reactive.
Oh, yeah, absolutely amazing. We do have other ink pads on the show as well, especially the Duets, so make sure you check those out. Lots going on tonight, and lots in with us tonight. So Susie's in on social again saying hi. Hello Susie and Happy New Year. Robin's in saying hello everyone. Jane is in saying hi everyone from Las Vegas. Happy New Year. Susie's saying maybe I'll have some alcohol while colouring with my alcohol markers, lol. That's not a bad idea, Susie. Lois is saying hello from Ohio. Alicia's in saying Happy New Year and greetings from Arkansas. She's glad to see us back and glad to chat with the Crafty family again. Hope everyone had a wonderful holiday. Let the crafting begin. Absolutely, let the crafting begin, because that's what it is all about. It's all about that new year, new craft. Now, as I said earlier, you'll find all those bits and pieces on the website, but we are starting with those confetti border dies. Now, the confetti border dies proved very, very popular. So popular, we've had a reorder and got them back in. And I love them. Craig's right. There is so many different things you can do with these. It's one simple die that creates very not so simple projects, but simple for you to make. They just look outstanding. So if we look through the actual boards here, we've got our party time, so that's got all the balloons in there. We've also got our scattered flowers, beautiful one. We've then got our dancing butterflies. Lovely one. Can't not have a butterfly die, can you? We've got our happy hearts. I think that was a really popular one. It sold out quite quickly when we launched them. We've got the in flight as well. Really lovely. These are going to make lovely, if you know anyone that's getting married or you're doing any sort of wedding stationery, any of these dies are going to work beautifully. We've got our confetti sprinkles there. Lovely one. And then we've got our stars and dots. Beautiful design. We've also got our dragonflies. Love that one. And then, in fact, is that dragonflies? Let me just read that one again. Yes, it says dragonflies. I assume there must be dragonflies. I'm sure they look like leaves to me, but never mind. Who am I to question? This one is your nature. Actually, that's autumn leaves. It is. That's so sorry. That's laurel leaves. I think these were put under sections for HSN, the
gotcha.
HSN balls. Then we've got our autumn leaves. I thought that was strange. We've got our pretty petals, gorgeous one there. Then we've got our dancing flies, our dragonflies, our soaring dragonflies. And our last one there is our twinkle, twinkle with that stars one, which again, that was a popular one. I think with stars, you can't go wrong because they can be used for all sorts of occasion, whether it be graduation, passing your driving test, new job, birthdays, anniversaries, anything you want. So yeah, we're going to head, I think, straight over to Craig and get a demo in with these ones. There is so many versatile ways to use these, aren't they, Craig?
There really are. The fact is, because they, of course, cut into the cardstock, but then what you can do is the elements that cut out, keep them because they're good for shakers or to embellish your cards and your projects. So I know we've got the Duet ink pads on the show, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stick with the water reactive because that's what I had planned to start with. We're going to go lemon tonic, crushed velvet, we're going to go fuchsia, and then we're also going to go into the parakeet as well. And I've got some of our white multi-purpose cardstock. I know it's been renamed to just cardstock, but that's what I've got here, and I've cut it to 6.5 by 6.5. Now I'm going to do a light bit of water spritzing, but it's not going to be too much that it would affect the fibres of the card, so therefore I'm just sticking with my white smooth cardstock. You can use your watercolour card if you want to, but that's why I'm just using my actual white smooth cardstock. And then all that I'm going to do is I'm just going to go in and I'm just going to start to lay some of these colours up. I'm going to start into that top corner with the lemon tonic. I'm going to start to build up the colour on my blending tool. And I like to use the square, which is a rectangle, but we're going to use the square one. You can use your circular one. You can use the little finger daubers if you wanted to, or of course you can use the little egg blending tools. But my go-to is always the square ones. And I'm just going to keep layering that one up. So I'm going to go up onto my glass mat here, and I'm just going to then start to apply that. So just in case you're wondering what I'm just doing here. Now I know we've got things such as our non-stick craft mat and that. I'm going to ask Jamie if on the overhead, if we can zoom out a little bit, just so you can see what I do, or actually we can see it on your screen right now. What I like to do with my ink pads is I keep them just to the top of my glass mat, simply because sometimes you'll find you can chase them about. Now I know we've got our non-stick craft mat that you could be using, but I like just to go at the top of my glass mat so that they're just notched just at the top there, so it means I can then start to pull and lay that colour on, and it just means I'm not having to chase my ink pad all over the glass mat. So if you see my arm going out of shot when it comes to the ink pad, that's all that I'm doing, is I'm just reapplying it, and we're just going to keep on going. And you can use these with the Duet, you can do them with the pigment if you want to, you can do it with the shimmers if you want to, but going in with the lemon tonic. Then let's go in with the fuchsia, and we're going to go in with the fuchsia here, and I'm just going to come to the side. Now this is actually going to be on the actual background, so I'm not bothered about not having a perfect blend. I'm not bothered about having any harsher lines, although as you'll see you will start to be able to blend them out, but it's just about that pop of colour popping through from the background, and that's what I'm wanting to achieve. So we're just going to go in, back, back and forth. If you want to go with a circular blend, which is what I would do if I'm wanting a nice seamless blend, then you can do that. I'm going to go back in with the lemon tonic here, just between the two of them, and kind of blend those out. I'm going to do the same here. And with my fingers, I'm just watching, because it's a water-based ink pad, what's going to happen is the oils in my finger, you can start to see that it'll then potentially get picked up. So if that starts to happen, which it probably will, so I'm just going to come in with another scrap bit of cardstock or kitchen roll or just something, just to protect it, and it just stops me getting my fingerprints in.
Good tip, Craig.
There we go. If only I could see it. We're going to go in with, actually let's go in with the parakeet now. We're going to go in with the parakeet, and then we're just going to then blend that in as well. And I say blend, I'm saying that loosely because I'm not bothered and I'm not concerned about having a lovely seamless blend. I just want to kind of get that abstract design when it comes to the backdrop. So let's blend that one into here. So if we keep going in, add in that colour. I don't think I'm actually going to add any of the crushed velvet. I think I'm going to keep it with the lemon tonic, the parakeet, and then you've also got the fuchsia. And then we are kind of getting that bit of purple going in between the fuchsia and the parakeet. So let's keep going into that one there. I'm then going to go back in now to that fuchsia just to go in, and then blend those two in as well. Blending it all in together. A little bit is like you would do with your three tones of your alcohol pens when you start to blend them into each other. We're just going to go into that one as well, and then let's just turn that one around. We're going to then go back there into that fuchsia ink pad to blend it in, and then let's go back in with the lemon tonic like so.
Ink pads are amazing, aren't they?
Actually, yeah, all of ours are.
Yeah.
Every one of them. They all do their own thing. But for me, Debbie, I always keep going back to the water reactive.
Yes,
I love them. I adore them.
That looks really cool.
So really quite cool, and you can see it's not neat, it's not precise. But what I am going to do is, earlier on within New Year, New Crafts, Debbie was using the water spritzer. I'm going to do it as well here. Now, it's going to be a light mist, or it's not going to be too heavy with water, so therefore that's why I'm okay with it being our white Stampin' cardstock. If you were to really saturate it, I would use your watercolour card. So you can, of course, do a light spritz. If you've seen myself and Dave the other day on Hobby Maker, I do like to spritz into my hand here. So this just gives me more open pool of water, and then I'll flick onto my cardstock. So if you want that fine mist, you can do, but I like to go in just with my hand, flick, get more of that open puddle, and then the longer you leave it, the more it's going to essentially bleach out the colour. It's a faux bleaching technique that it's called.
It never fails to amaze me, this.
No, never. Me neither.
I love it.
Me neither. It's always that wow as well, because you can start to see the colour being lifted, but then when you come along with something like kitchen roll or a little cloth or something like that, that's when you just go like, wow. So if I pick that up like so, and then lift that, so we've got our light layer, and then what we're going to do is we're going to build on top of that. So I've taken that excess water off now. I'm then going to take that excess, as I say, and then I'm going to spritz some more. So I'm just going to flick with my hand. Again, you can go direct in with the mist if you want to, but you've got that choice. Again, go in. The longer you leave it, the more of that colour is going to be picked up. What I've also done as well, I've just made sure that I put my lids on, just so that there was no excess water just getting sprayed into my ink pad. Making sure that that lid is back on. And then I'm going to go in with another one, like so.
Do you know what I've never seen done, and I don't know why I've not thought of it until just now, is I've never seen anybody go in with a piece of card and see what the reverse of it is. Have you done that before?
A while ago.
I've never done, and I don't know what made me just think of that, but actually we always blot it with kitchen towel. But I'm wondering, like, if putting a piece of cards on it, it might not work. But I mean, does it work?
It does work. It's it depends on how much water you put on, depending on.
Yeah.
Not only does it depend on how much water, but how long that you leave for that alcohol, for that colour to be lifted up.
Right.
The more colour that's lifted up, the more that's then going to go into that cardstock as well. So it is an effective one. But like you, it's just, I always automatically just go to kitchen roll or something.
But that looks beautiful.
And then that's just two. But by doing that first layer, Debbie, taking off that excess, we've got that light faux bleach in the background.
It's absolutely gorgeous.
And then that next one we've done, it's more of that heavier handed. So I can set that to the side. Then I'm going to go in another piece of our white cardstock that we've got here. And this one, I've gone in and I've cut that to 6 by 6. And you can do this within the linen. The one that I'd done previously, or to the side of me, is within our white linen cardstock. But I'm going to go in with the butterfly die. Now with the dragonfly die, you don't always have to use them singly. Like, what you can then do is, if I go actually side to side, so I'm going to go for the dragonflies going from side to side. I'm going to go that way there. And then we're going to tape it down. So let's go in with our tape. I'm going to do it 3 times. 1, 2, 3. So therefore, I'm going to go first time round, I'm going to go into the centre. I'm going to come just to the side here, just so I can kind of roughly get it at that halfway point, which is round about the 3-inch. So I'm just going to tape that down there. I'm going to lift that actually just a little bit more up there. And then we're going to tape that down. Just taping it and securing it in the middle. We're going to go to our G2. And of course you can use your A4 plates, but I'm just going to go in with the junior ones because they're still going to work. And I'm just going to go in frosted magnetic top plate, line them up, feed them through. It's a good one to show how, yes, maybe at first you might think, Debbie, well, you're just going to use the die once, but because they cut into the card, you can do it twice, you can do it 3 times, 4 times, you can do a big background if you want to, you can go at angles if you want to. And then when it comes to the excess, if I carefully peel that off. For now, the excess I am just going to discard, but you'll see it's good for things such as shakers. So if I carefully peel that off, I should have used a little bit of stencil tape or that, but we'll use the one that I've done anyway. So let's pop that out there. So
I love
we can then
that.
see
So nice.
we've got our dragonfly. So we've got a dragonfly there in the centre, and then you've got all of these little dragonflies and these diddy ones. So as I say, I'm not going to use them, so let's just pop them to the side. I'm then going to go back in with my die, and let's take that die. I'm just going to take that excess out, and I am going to do it so it's sideways. So once again, this time we're going to go in, and then we're going to go between, of course, that middle and that base. We're going to go in with a little bit more low tack tape. What I am going to do though is I'm just going to do a little bit just in the corners, and then we're going to go in, lay that on, same again, layer these ones up together. And if you are new to us, the reason that I'm being careful with our low tack tape is it is a low tack tape, but because we've got the most incredible pressure of the Gemini, that pressure can sometimes, and you've seen it with that last one there, when you go to peel it off, it can take some of the fibres away. So there is ways around it. You can, before you tape it down, just tape some of the excess off onto maybe your jumper or your jacket or something like that. But if we take that one off there and take that one off there, then we've got our next one.
I love that, use it multiple times.
It's fun and it's funky.
It's really effective.
It is. And although I'm going to do it again, Debbie, a third time, what you could do is leave it like that, maybe do a ribbon strip or a sentiment, or you can go that way with an edgeable die as well, so bringing in different dies, or just go in for a third time, a little bit more low tack tape. We're going to then go side to side. And the reason I've done my cardstock 6x6 is because the actual length of the die is 6 inches, but because it cuts in, that could be, let's just imagine that was a long piece of cardstock. You can extend that if you want to, Debbie. You can keep going because it cuts into your cardstock.
And then you're talking about 12 by 12 scrapbooking pages.
Absolutely, yeah.
Nice elongated card,
all these different things, ribbon wraps or candle wraps, things like that. You'll be able to use. It's really, really effective. Let's run this one through for the last time, all the way through into the G2 here. And then if you are just using them just the once on a strip, these are then going to go through your Gemini Mini. So you've got the ability to use your different size die cutting machines. So let's take that one, and we're going to peel that one off here. Just carefully take that one off, and then carefully take that one off just here. And then if we take our pokey tool, any little bits we can then just pop out. Not only have you got dragonflies, you've got stars in there as well, even these tiny, tiny little circular dots. So keep them maybe in a little tub or container. And then we've got our triple that we can see here. I'm going to use it that way, but then by simply...
Oh, I'd forgot about your colour bit. I was admiring that. How amazing is that?
Onto there. And then before you show you the final one, I think it's going to work well just doing a little bit of black just to show you. So that inky background is 6 and... Did I say 6.5? Yeah. 6.5 by 6.5. So I'm going to go just over 6.5. So I'm in between 6.5 inches and 6 3/4. So I'm in between there. And if I move all that out the way, this we can simply come along, and then we can then start to add that on. So that's given us our base. So that's now ready to go and sit onto our card blank. That one can then sit onto there. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the one that's been done, Debbie, into the white linen card. And the difference within this one I've gone one way, this one I've gone the other way, and then that way I've gone back the first way.
Cool.
And I've gone, this one I've stayed at a straight angle, that we can see here. But then this one, I've kind of gone at a little bit of a jaunty angle. So if I pop that into there, just so you can see the black layer, That we can sit onto top there, either sit it flat, or I would go in with our foam pads or our foam pad strips, like I've done with the one I'm away to show you there. Sentiment, and then even these little dragonflies, you can simply come along, and then if we take let's do the yellow in the middle, and I'm not being precise with this, because I'm going to go in with the yellow in the middle. Use the little finger daubers if you want to, but yellow in the middle, parakeet just onto the edges there. You can do that with a number of the dragonflies. Pop them down with your tacky glue, and then if I bring in that one, and with that one, going a little bit more heavier handed with the colour, but that's how you can start to build the layers, and then you can start to achieve that card there. So if I show you that one that's been finished.
That's amazing demo, Craig.
But then you can do the 3 dragonflies, or you can do 2 dragonflies in a heart, or you can do a heart, a circle, and a dragonfly. So you've got that choice. But then that's how you can make a lovely card like that.
Amazing, and actually that really does show off the confetti side of it, which is just beautiful. What an amazing demo. Now, if you want to be making a card exactly like Craig did, this is the one that you need, which is the Soaring Dragonflies. It's a beautiful die, as is all of them, and you can get the full collection, which is amazing. It's a 12-piece collection. You've also got your Twinkle Twinkle in there. You've then got your Pretty Petals. We've then got our Autumnal Leaves, our Laurel Leaves, our Spots and Dots, then the beautiful confetti, I don't know where, confetti. You've got In Flight, we've got the hearts one, the happy hearts, I absolutely adore that one. We've then got our dancing butterflies. We've then got the scattered flowers, and the last one, that 12th one in that collection, is Party Time. So if you want to be creating anything like Craig, and I'm sure he's got loads more up his sleeve with those ones, grab them, because today they're £56 or $70, which is amazing. Platinum price £44.80 or $56. And while you're adding them to your basket, make sure you check out that winter sale, because there's only 2 days left of the winter sale. Right now, going from Craig's ink pads to our Duet ink pads. These are incredible. We all sort of start to have our favourites. Debbie Robinson, these are hers without a shadow of a doubt. I'm loving mine more and more that I use them, because they are probably the most versatile out of all the ink pads that we do. They're called Duet because they do exactly that. They don't just do one thing. They duet between what a water reactive does, so these are water reactive, but they also are like a pigment ink pad as well, so you can heat emboss with them as well. So there's so many things you can do with them. The other great thing about our Duets is they're all different colours to what we have in our other families of colours. So if you want to add to your collection, these are the ones for you. Now I'm going to show you the ink pads, and then I will show you the boards with the actual colours on. So the first one I'm going to show you is the Sailor's Wake. All these colours are absolutely gorgeous, and you're going to love them. We've got our vintage Merlot, another gorgeous design. We've then got our Raspberry Ripple, which is absolutely one of my favourites. We've got Soft Heather. We've got a Rosy Apple there. We've then got our Waterfall. We've got our Spring Bud. Oh, nearly pulled the lid off to that one. We've got our Awakening Forest, another gorgeous design. We've got our Midnight Mist, our Sweet Clementine, and then our last one is our Sunrise Glow. All beautiful colours, and if I just show you the boards, you can see when the lay down of colour, the vibrancy in the pigment of these is just unreal. You can see here, and you can also see that shape, that teardrop shape. They've been made to be ergonomical in the hand, so when you're holding them, you know that you're going to be able to either use the small tip or the bigger lay down of colour, but they're really good to hold in the hand. So I just love them. I think they're a great ink pad. Wow, I didn't realise that was the price. I've only just looked at the price. That's incredible. I sort of knew earlier when I scanned the price, but I didn't actually look at it properly. Platinum price £28 for all of them. Is that right? £28 for the 12-piece collection. and $42.40. Grab those. And actually, can I just show you some of the things that you can do with them? We've got a great little swatch book here. The first one, in fact, if I turn it round, then I can tell you exactly what's on each one. This is your letterpress technique that you do with your embossing folder. We've then got our stencil and stamp masks, so love that one, so you can stencil with them obviously and use with your masks. We've got our layering stencils here, so you can layer the colours, so look at those designs layered on top of each other. We've then got beautiful lay down onto black cardstock, which is absolutely incredible. We've then got our, oh, that's the start. Got to the start of the book. Applying inks with your blending tool. You've then got your spritzing or flicking, like Craig's just shown us how to do with the water reactives. Applying your Duet ink pads directly to the cardstock, so love that one. You're literally just dragging the ink pad across your watercolour cardstock. We've got our baby white blend. I love this one. I've not really tried this very often, but it does really work, so blending it with your baby white. You've got your different effect there, pouncing with a baby wipe. You've then got applying the colour to the cardstock and then using a brayer over the top. We've then got some craft matte, so it's smooth on the smooth side, it's smooching it into the cardstock. We've got our watercolour wash, so your regular watercolour wash and maybe a bit of faux bleaching. Bubble wrap, love that effect, so you can do your bubble wrap on that. You're lifting the ink technique, so you sort of put it through and then you lift it through with the stencils applied to the top. This is applying it with through the stencils. We've got stencils, smooshing it through, so many different varieties that you can do. Spritzing water through stencils and lifting the colour with the stencil as well. We've then got, I know we keep going, I'm going to just do a couple more, using the wet on there with the gesso, which is really effective. And then you've got your dry heat stamp in there as well, which is just absolutely gorgeous. I'll get that to the front of the pad and then we know that we can start again with that one. Right, the other thing that we do have is oh, I was going to say something else then. It's not what I thought it was. It's the Explorer kit. Love this one. This is the stamp I used earlier. It's the one me and Craig were saying about using. It's absolutely gorgeous. I think what's great about this stamp set is it's quite a nice size. So it's the colourable creator card. It has the outside cutting edge and inside, so you can cut it into your cardstock, colour them in. This is a great one if you want to send it to someone and have them colour in their own card. Maybe buy them some pens and send them some of these cards, which would be amazing. So you're getting this stamp and die set. You're also getting, English is very hard. You're getting your duo colouring pencils as well. Now these are amazing. They're your aqua ones. So if you go back and watch the show at 3 p.m, we were showing you how to use aqua pencils. These will do exactly the same thing, but these are dual ended. So you've got two different colours on each end. We've also got our tri-colour aquas as well in there. So all your watercolours. It's got you've got 3 pens in there, but you've actually got 9 colours in total. So a great one to have. You're getting all 3 of those today for £30 or $40, £24 platinum or $32. So that's another amazing one. Right, let's have a look and see who is with us this evening. Christine Mahoney is in, waving hello, saying Happy New Year again for the 3rd time today. Excuse me. When is too long in the new year to keep saying New Year? That's a good question, isn't it? I think the first week in the new year. I think any longer than that. And I was just going to say, so Jamie's just said in my ear that it's the first, depending on when you see them. But I might not see no one till June. So I don't want to say Happy New Year in June, do you? It's still a Happy New Year. It's not new though in June now, is it? Let's have a look. We've got lots and lots of people saying hello. So we've got Jean saying good morning from a sunny Southern, can't get my teeth in today, Southern California. Rose Baker is saying Happy New Year to everyone. Been working on some old kits and learning how to colour with markers. Thank you CTV for all your help on everything we get from you. Well, that is absolutely what we're here for, so we're glad that you're using all that knowledge, Rose. Rhonda is saying hello Debbie, Craig. crew, Team Social, and all my wonderful crafty friends. Now, Rhonda has a motto of the year, and I rather like it. I might use it, Rhonda. Her motto for this year is do more in 2024.
I like that. That's good.
Do more in 24. Yes, that's very good. Absolutely. Trish is saying Happy New Year, everyone. So happy to have the live shows back. Hope you had a fabulous holiday. I did. Craig, did you have a fabulous holiday? We haven't talked about your holiday.
I did, thank you. Yeah, it was really, really lovely. Of course, I went back to Scotland for Christmas. I did come back a couple of days earlier than planned because I think everyone I knew was hit with a bug. And then just before I came back, both my mum and stepdad got COVID.
Oh dear.
So my stepdad still got it. They are fine and they are well. And thankfully, I never got it. I kept testing myself. But I was just concerned about coming back here and seeing everyone and keeping myself right. And then it was a quiet New Year because I was a hobby maker for New Year's Eve this year.
Yes, you was.
So I was there and I had, do you know something? Although I was away from family and friends at New Year, which I've always said, I love Christmas. New Year's just another day to me. It was lovely being with those guys. So it was a quiet New Year, but I'm just so glad to be back with you guys and everyone here as well.
Ah, well, we're lucky to have you, Craig. Laurie is saying Happy New Year, and she's missed all of us, and she can't wait to see the creations for this year and can't wait to learn. Mary Beth is saying hi again, everyone from Minnesota. Pat is saying hi from New Jersey. Christine's asking about Craig. Yes, splattering his hand with water. He's done it for you, Christine. Laurie is saying hi again from Arizona. And it goes, there's loads. So we're going to have a short break. I'm going to have a read through them. Maybe we'll catch up with you later, but we won't be back. We won't be back. We won't be long. It won't be long before we're back. So we will see you just after this break.
Here at Crafters TV, it couldn't be easier to get social with us. Whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, on your TV or tablet, you can get so close to the action, it's like you're in the studio with us. You can ask questions about products or crafty techniques. Get hints and tips from our expert demonstrators. Plus, share pictures of your crafty makes with our amazing community. Crafters TV, getting you closer to the crafty action. Here at Crafters TV, it couldn't be easier to get your hands on the latest crafty must-haves. Leave the hard work to us while you shop from the comfort of your own living room. Head to the Crafters Companion website to see our full crafty range, or hit the Shop the Day button to see all the new and exciting products featuring on Crafters TV. Once you've filled your cart, leave it to us to get your crafty goodies to you in super quick time, so you can get on with being creative. Crafters Companion, making crafty shopping a breeze.
There once was a man who was very crafty. His name was Craig from Carnoustie. He joined the team on Crafters TV. Oh, crafty Scottish man craft. Soon may the crafty man come to bring us demos and inspiration. Each day when his crafting is done, he might do a Facebook Live. He wanted to prove he was the man, but he lost at craft wars to Leanne. But 2 weeks later he beat Jan. Oh, crafty Scottish man craft. Soon may the crafty man come to bring us demos and inspiration. Each day when his crafting is done, he might do a Facebook Live. He did so well on Crafters TV, Sarah sent him off to Germany, where he did some work for QVC. Oh, crafty Scottish man craft. Soon may the crafty man come to bring us demos and inspiration. Each day when his crafting is done, he might do a Facebook Live. His crafting skills, they aren't half bad. In fact, I'd say they're totally rad. That's mainly down to his favourite foam pads. Oh, crafty Scottish man craft. Soon may the crafty man come to bring us demos and inspiration. Each day when his crafting is done, he might do a Facebook Live. The crafters, they loved him a lotty for his charm and skill. They went quite putty, they nicknamed him the Hardy Scotty. Oh, crafty Scottish man craft. Soon may the crafty man come to bring us demos and inspiration. Each day when his crafting is done, he might do a Facebook Live. In the crafting world, he's standing tall. He's the best Scottish crafter of them all. Catch him Monday to Friday on his wake-up call. Oh, crafty Scottish man, craft. Soon may the crafty man come to bring us demos and inspiration. Each day when his crafting is done, he might do a Facebook Live.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the Crafters Companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% of your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches. You'll receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Welcome back to Crafters TV. You are joining us tonight for a launch party. It's where we bring some of the most amazing launches that we've had in the past back to you just for a bit of a party. And it's been a great show so far. Craig's shown lots of things and techniques of what we can do using lots of Crafters Companion products. So hopefully you'll enjoy the show. Now we still have another 20 minutes towards the end of this hour and then another hour for you. So I hope you've got your drink, you're sitting watching, or maybe you're crafting, let us know. But we are going to go to something, you may be having a little tipple maybe in the new year, because these are going to be amazing to use throughout any celebration through the year. I said it when they come out because I think we were in real need of a kit like this, and it is our celebration kit. It is our cheers to you. What I love about this is there's something for everyone, and it's not about drinking, I don't think. It's about just that, saying cheers to someone, have a celebratory drink, saying just that you're thinking of someone. I just think it's a great collection, but it's really happy collection. The first one we got is that Cheers to You die, which is one of the edgeable dies, so it's got those the actual dies will stay in the cardstock on the way down, so you can make lots of different things with those. We've got two edgeable dies. This one is Time to Party, so you've got the one maybe for the ladies who have a cocktail, or the men, and then you've got the sort of wine and beer and the sort of whiskey tumbler there, or brandy, which is really great for anyone that you know that drinks that certain type of drink. We've then got our cocktail hour, another beautiful design. I love those cocktail glasses. I think you can use them in lots of different ways. Great one to have. We've also got our Happy Beer Day. So that's your beer bottle and your pint glass. We've then got our Whiskey Business, which I think is great for the name of that stamp set. So could be brandy as well. You could put your brandy in there. We've then got, I don't know any whiskey drinkers. Mine are all brandy drinkers. Oh, Jamie says he likes a whiskey. Time to Wine. Love that one. Great one again with your wine bottle and your glass. And then we've got our Champagne Celebrates, which is your champagne bottle with your nice glass of champers there. You're getting all of that today for £52 or $65. So you're saving over 10% on there. And I know, Craig, you've got some samples over there to show us.
I do indeed, because they're fab samples. A lot of different samples, different styles, different concepts that we've got from this collection here. So we've got the collection where you're going to find within the elements here, we're going to use the paper pad as well. I know Debbie will show that just afterwards, because we do have some left, but you can see this is the sort of thing. I love that sepia sort of look, because you can of course start to stamp, yes, with the ink pads or your aqua pens like you've seen Debbie do in that middle show today, but because you've got that edgeable as well, you can go really brights as well as that sepia, or then you can then start to stamp and colour off the page with that beer there. You can twist and turn that edgeable. You can then do them at angles as well, bringing in that paper pad with the cocktail glasses.
Love that one.
It's a fab one actually, isn't it? Really fab. And that layer on that edgeable, that has been lifted up on foam pad, so you've got that that little bit of depth and elevation to it. Then you've also got another one that's more of the sepia. This is actually, it's Jan that done this one on a previous wake-up call. So you've got those craft colours, the sepia tones as well. And then you can still do your dimensions, like your tunnel cards as well, aperture cards, all the different fun things, as well as keeping them flat, but lots of different sizes. So I thought what we'll do is let's do a little bit of stamping and die cutting here. So I'm going to go in with my Nina cardstocks. We're going to use some classic pens here. So for me, you know what I'm like? I always like to stamp, cut, and then colour. I always like to do the colouring at the end, just in case there's a little accident where you spend all the time colouring, put the die on, run it through, and if it's not quite held down correctly or tightly with your low-tack tape, if it slips, and you've wasted that time doing the colouring. So that's why I like to do the stamping and then the cutting first, then the colouring. But you can do it any way that you want. So we're going to use the Time to Wine here. So I know that we've also, on the shows today, we've got our 6x6 stamping platform and also the stamping mat. So that's what I'm using. And because I've got my Nina cardstock, let's actually just do them both at the same time, because we can do that. And keeping in mind, I'm going to have that little bit of a space for the die to work its way around each of the stamped elements. So therefore, I'm just doing that little bit of space. And I'm going to use, because I'm using my classic, which is alcohol based, and again, I know Debbie talked all the way through this earlier on in that New Year, New Craft about stamping and colouring. I'm going to be using my Noir Blacks. This is an alcohol proof one, with our pens being alcohol proof, or alcohol pens. So we're just going to ink up. We're going to ink up. What I love as well with this collection is the stamps also have kind of the shaded lines there as well. So it gives you that guide. If you're not overly comfortable or confident about where to put that blend in the shade, just follow what's there on the stamp for you. So we're going to go in, and then we're just going to press, and then we're just going to release, and then we've got our wine bottle and also our wine glass. So that's it onto our Nina card. I'm going to go in with the two dies here. So these are the dies that work with the two stamps. And then let's come along with our low-tack tape. So bringing in the low-tack tape, and I'm going to take a couple of bits, and then we're just going to secure it. So I'm just going to work that and follow that around so I can see the outline of that wine glass within that inner die edge. And then we're just going to tape that down. And I'm making sure I tape it on the die and off to what will be the excess cardstock, because in case it does capture like it was doing beforehand, I don't want to do that on the actual impression itself. So let's do the same with the wine bottle. So let's line that up within the middle, and then once I'm happy with that, we're then going to then just tape that one down, and then I'm just going to do the same down there in the corner, and then I'm going to use my junior plates once again. What I'm going to do this time, it's a very, very basic shape die. So what I'm doing is I'm going to do my base plate, I'm going to do my frosted shim, I'm going to take out my magnetic sheet. For the last couple of months or so, I'm trying to follow suit what Debbie Robinson's been telling you, and that is you don't always need the magnetic shim. Sometimes, because of the pressure that you've got, sometimes you don't always need that magnetic sheet. Taking that out, therefore, you are reducing the pressure, which long term, as long as you flip and rotate your plates, it's going to make your plates last even longer, because you're taking away that excess pressure that isn't needed. And you can see there, without the magnetic shim, that has die cut absolutely perfectly, like a dream. And although I don't need this, we could be using this if you want to. I'm just going to take off because it is just going to be discarded. But if you take that off carefully, you've then got an aperture that you could use. And in actual fact, let's move that out the way. Before we do go any further, just to show you how you could use something like that, if I take, I'm just doing a little bit of scrap here just so it can show you, but if I put that on there, let me take just that little bit of low-tack tape that's hanging over the edge. I'm just going to pop that down. I'm going to tack it down to my cardstock here. And let's also take, I'm just going to randomly pick a colour that I used before. So let's use Parakeet here. And now, although this is going to be waste, think about the ways in which you can use your waste, because this
That's a
is
great
now,
idea, that is, Craig.
it's become a stencil. So we've got our stencil here that we can ink through. And we can do it with any of our ink pads. I'm going to do the same here. Again, it's just to give you that idea as to how you can then be using any of your waste. Of course, that could be an aperture for a shaker if you wanted it to be. But if I do take that out the way, just gives you that visual as to how we've then used that,
Love that
as a stencil. And then, you know, if you did want to, and again, I'm just going off the hoof here, so I'm not going to tape anything down, but then you could take that stamp. So maybe you want colour, but you don't have time to colour with your alcohol pens or that, but you wanted a blast of colour. Let's press that one in, and then we've got
that's a brilliant idea. I love that.
our overlay that you've got there. So that's taking what would have been the waste as a way to create a stencil. But let's just carry on with my intentions here. So let's bring in our wine bottle and also our wine glass. We're going to bring in another bit of card here so that we can colour onto. And then the pens that I've got for our wine glass, let's go in with some greens here, because I've got a finished card or a finished project that I can show you how it would look once it's all built up. So I am going to go in with the three-tone blend. So I'm going to use LG1, LG2 and LG3. So you're going to go for your 3 tones of green, and then for the inside, let's do some tan. So I'm going to go in with the TN2, TN3 and TN4. So let's sit that one out there, and then let's bring in our classic pen. So I'm going to go in with my light tone first. Now, some of us on the team will start to apply them a little bit differently. There's no right or wrong. It's what you feel comfortable and how you start to get your blend. And what I mean by that is, for the bottle, the reason I'm holding it a bit funny is just because let me just wipe my hands from the ink. There we go, so I'm not getting it on my
inky
cardstock.
fingers.
Inky fingers, parakeet fingers. So I'm going to go in now. What I was saying before is we've got that shaded line in there as well. So it's a nice little confidence booster for you to coming along and doing your colouring and doing your blending. So for this bottle, I'm going to go in with the light tone first. The way I like to think of it, or the way I like to say it, is that I'm kind of priming my cardstock. This is my Nina cardstock, the best one for the alcohol colouring. I'm not going to go right to the edge because I want to have that little bit of a rounded feel to it. So I'm just going to come maybe to that halfway point. And again, it's still the lightest tone of the green. So let's just start to build that up with the light tone here. So we're just going to apply that down into here. We're going to work that down just so that we've got a nice coverage.
My turn to watch you colour now.
Yeah,
Craig.
vice versa now, isn't it? Vice versa.
It's so nice watching someone colour.
Well, I was loving it earlier on when we were on the other side there and I was watching you. So I've gone in with the light. So this time, what I'm going to do now is, the way I've seen it, I've laid down my light tone. So that's me kind of like prime my cardstock, so to speak. Now I'm going to properly start, so to speak. And what I mean by that is I'm going to go in with the dark tone. So for the dark tone, I'm just going to come right to that left-hand side here. So this is the darkest of the greens. This is the LG3. So I'm just going to come right down the left-hand side. So if I come into the left-hand side, just into here, and then we're just going to apply that darkness into the side. I know a couple of our pens are just need to be replaced. Do you know what? There's an LG4, so it's a little bit darker, but it's still going to work. So let's work our way right. There we go, that's better. I'm just going to come down the side here, from the side of the bottle, building up that dark tone. And then what we're going to do here is I'm only going to come in maybe about a third of the way in from our light green. And now I'm going to go into what would be the mid-tone, so the LG2. And this one, I'm just touching that dark tone. I'm just touching it, just a little bit, and I'm blending that into my mid-tone that I'm doing now. So let's just blend that one in, and then I'm just coming in maybe about 2/3 of the way now. And then once I've finished that one, I'm going to go back into that light tone.
So effective.
blend in that mid-tone that I've just done there a minute ago, and I'm going to come right up till that first point that I started with that light tone. Now, I know with classics, I was saying about Fio's do it slightly different. For, you know, Lily does it a bit different from me. There's no right or wrong way. That's the way she feels easiest laying up the colour. This is how I like to do it. Either way, my way, Lily's way, anyone else's way on the team, you're still going to get that end result where you're going to get that blend, you're going to get that shade. So what I would do this time is I would repeat that. So I'm just going to, for me, I find it easier to flip it around on itself. So I'm going to go in with that light tone once again. So I'm just going to come up to that first point. So we're just going to lay that colour down, saturate my cardstock, or prime it as I like to say. Get that colour down. I'm just going to work my way up here. I'm not bothered too much if I go to that outside edge or cross that line, because what I would do, like I always do, and that's go around with my ice grey too. So I'm not overly concerned. And then let's go back to that dark tone again that we're using, which is LG4. And all that I'm doing, Debbie, is just repeating what I'd done on what was the left-hand side to start with, to get that roundness when it comes to the bottle. So we're going to go in with that darker tone up to the neck there. We're just going to then just go down that little section here. And then we can go into that light tone, which is the LG2. Crossing over just ever so slightly onto that LG4 and blending that out. We're going to come up to the top there and do the same, just blending that one out by crossing over ever so slightly. And then we're going to go back in with that light tone to finish it off, blend that in there into the top, let that alcohol evaporate, and then we're starting to get that roundness.
That's amazing.
From that bottle. Let's go in with the TN2, TN3 and the TN4. So exactly as what I'd done beforehand there. This time I'm not bothered about the curvature coming from left and right upwards. So I'm just wanting to go from left to right. So therefore, going in with that light tone, I'm just going to go in. I've got another one that's just starting to dry out. So let's take, that's TN2, I forgot one, first glance, TN1, let's try TN1 here. Let's go in. New year, I think, when Tracy's back in, I think we're going to have a trip down to the warehouse and
well, they are
put some new ones
quite
in.
A lot, aren't
all
they?
Yeah. I can't actually tell you the last time they were replaced. It goes to show how long. I'm going to go in, so that was, let's move that one, so that was TN1. And I really do need to come just a little bit. Let's try the chisel nib that little bit more. Lay that colour down. I'm going to come about 2/3 of the way. Then we're going to go in. We're going to start now with that darker tone. So the TN4, and I'm just going to come down that left-hand side into here. Let's try and get a little bit of that dark colour out. They'd be getting overlapped anyway that you'll see just shortly. And then we're going to go into the mid TN3 and we're just going to start to blend that one out. And then what I'm going to do is go back in with the TN1 and we're just going to blend that one out into here, like so. I'm going to go in as far as I can, blend in what I can, and then we're even starting to get that roundness.
I actually quite like that whiteness on there, Craig. It almost looks like the light is shining.
It does actually, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's very cool.
Yeah, it's got that feel. It's got that lightness. So we're going to leave it with that, and then what we can do is let's go in with the red. So the DR1, DR3, and we're going to go DR4 for this one, just to give that real hit of darkness. So for that, we're going to go in DR1, and we're going to go to the top, just into here. And I'm repeating the exact same process as I have been. So I'm going to go in with that light tone here, but instead of doing this side, flipping it around and doing the other side, I'm just going to go from left to right. So therefore I'm going to lay that light tone down. So for this one, I'm just going to go just close to that far edge there, creating that little bit of light source. We're going to go in with the DR4, and this one we really are just just touching towards that left-hand side there, into here. We're then going to go in with the DR3, and we're going to blend that one out into here. We'll just cross that over, blend that out about 2/3 of the way, and then we're going to go back in with that light tone. We're just going to finish that off, blend that out, and then what I am going to do is I am just going to go back in with that DR4 and just enhance that just a little bit more down in the corner and just into there. I've still got just that little bit of time as the alcohol's evaporating. So where I've got that little bit of that highlight line, I'm just going to add that in. They've got into that one, just
So
into
good.
there. And then let's take, although I'll show you the finished sample whereas I'd coloured, or that's been coloured in red. What I'm going to do, I'm not going to do that, but what I will show you within the finished sample is sometimes, if there's got something that's white or something that's clear, white like a snowman or snow, or clear in the glass, it's like, how do you get that roundness without actually keeping it the colour that it is of the cardstock? So going in with the blue, this one I've got IB2, which is the cyan colour, and I'm just going to, where we've got these highlight lines, I'm just going to follow them, and as you can see, I'm pretty much, all I'm doing is I'm just sketching over those highlight lines all the way around, and then that's just giving the illusion that it's got that shine to it. It's just not completely flat, and then that's just creating that little bit. And I know that I'm going to go in a little bit heavier hands because I can see it here on your screen. It doesn't really look like it. It is a light blue, so I'm just going to work that way down. I'm going to leave. There we go.
Yeah.
You can start to see.
Yeah, you can really see that.
That blue tint, so where it's just giving it shape. It's giving
Yeah.
it dimension, and instead of it just being flat. So you've got that one, and then let's just go round that outer edge. Finish this one before I show you the finished sample. Ice grey too. You guys know I do it all the time. I just go round that outer edge here. You can use a light blue if you want. Do you know something? You can use any light colour, but I do think the grey works really well. It's always ice grey too. Work our way around that edge there. So then it just takes that little harsh edge of the white. I'll do it within this one as well. And then what I can do is if I take a bit of white cardstock, you can see that we've got, so you would carry on going, and then all that I would do, Debbie, is bring that in, mats and layers, and then there's a wrap for your bottle.
Looks amazing. Yeah, totally amazing. Absolutely love all of Craig's demos. Hope you've been enjoying those ones with our cheers to you. Right, so if you're just joining us on Crafters TV, hopefully you will have caught all of Craig's demos, but he's got plenty more in the next hour so for you to look at, so including that cheers for you and also the confetti border dies as well, and a few other things to look at. Right, we're going to get started with an amazing deal which we've got on with the stamp and die set, which I absolutely love. It's one of our colourable creator card die sets, absolutely beautiful in its design. It means you've got a gorgeous stamp, or you've got a die that you can then cut out on top of it as well. The stamp just never wants to stay on there, but let's pop that back up there. So we have got these beautiful dies and stamps. You're also getting with that your aquas, so your tricolour aqua pens, which are your 3 pens, but you're actually getting 9 colours in there because you're getting 3 different colours in one pen, and then also your duo pencils as well, which are dual nibs, so each one you've got one on top. Oh, they're not all together, these are all separate, so sorry, so let's do that one first. Yeah, amazing. We're going to get there eventually, aren't we? 70% off of that stamp and die set. I was using it in the show at 3 p.m, so you can go back and have a look. But it's an amazing stamp set. But you're getting that one £3.11 for platinum price, or $3.59, which is amazing. You'll find that in the winter sale. The next one we got is those duo pencils. The duo pencils, they've got those double-ended nibs, and they're all different colours. If I turn them around, you'll be able to see all the different colours that you're getting there. You're getting 12 pencils in totals, but actually that's 24 colours, so which is amazing. You're also getting your, so those ones, sorry, your pencils, $10.49 or $13.96 platinum price, under £10 UK, or $11.17. We've then got our tri-colour aqua pens, beautiful design. You're getting 3 pens in these, but 9 colours, which are amazing. And look at that price, $6.99 or $10.49. You're saving 13% on the 30% on those ones, which are amazing. Now we've also got the Academy of Colour. This one is your fauna and flora. Oh, no, it's not. I've said there are portraits. It's portraits. Why did I say fauna? No, don't listen to me. What do I know? Portraits, yes, which was my favourite box of all of the Academy of Colours. What I love about the Academy of Colours, and we've never been told not to tell you this, I don't think, though, we should, but if you get the any one of our boxes, it means it opens up the whole education system that you can go and watch Leanne do. So Leanne, the first 2 boxes, I know there's 3 hours of each in tuition over them. Now, what Leanne does show you is all those different techniques that you can use your alcohol, dual-ended markers, and your watercolours. So you've got your alcohol and your watercolours. This one is great because it actually teaches you how to colour skin tones and hair tones, and I think it's a great one to have. You're getting a great, a comprehensive set of skins there that you can colour in. You're getting all the pens that you need as well in your watercolours and your alcohol markers. And today's price is £34.20 or $45.80, which is amazing. Now you know that Craig has been waxing lyrical about the G2. Amazing machine. It's something that we absolutely love here, is our Gemini machine. If you've got our older Gemini machine, we're not saying you have to buy this one. This one comes with all its upgrades, and it's got some really cool extras. We've got a little video for you to just show you some of those features, so you can see, but it's on a great price at the moment, which we didn't think we were going to keep in the new year, but we've got it. I just don't know how long for, but take a look at this and see what you think.
Introducing the Gemini 2. Our brand new electronic die cutting and embossing machine has all the power and precision of the original Gemini, but with updated functions and innovative new features. Faster and quieter than ever before, the Gemini 2 does all the hard work for you. Cut out the most intricate designs in seconds, and all at the touch of a button. Technology to apply higher pressure than many other machines offers perfectly crisp and clear results every time. The Gemini 2 has the power to take creative projects of all shapes and sizes in its stride. It will cut through a range of materials, from card and paper to cork, thin metal, leather, and multiple layers of fabric. So you can save time on your papercraft, sewing, and multimedia projects. A new and improved optical sensor runs the full length of its 9-inch platform, offering edge-to-edge precision with cutting plates of any size. Pause, rewind, and resume functions take the guesswork out of crafting. Smooth gliding feet make light work of moving and maneuvering your Gemini 2, and a turntable offers 360 degrees of crafting freedom. Neat storage compartments hold craft tools so they're always at your fingertips right when you need them. A built-in media stand and 3 USB charging points invite you to craft along with your favourite tutorials and workshops on your tablet or phone. Easy to use, and with everything you need to get started right out of the box, the Gemini 2 is for beginners and experienced makers alike. From scrapbooking and home decor to handmade cards, quilting, and everything in between, bring your creativity to life with the Gemini 2.
I mean, boy, is it a good machine. Totally worth every penny, and especially as you're getting it at such a good price, which is amazing. £199 today, so snap that up. And remember to look at that winter sale because there's only 2 days left. So possibly Gemini might go up in a couple of days. So you might have a few pennies that you've got over Christmas to spend on maybe one of those machines. Right, we're going to go back to our Confetti Border dies. Absolutely beautiful in their design. And as Craig's only showed us one demo, we thought we'd go back and get another one in because there are so many things that, in fact, it would take us a day to show you the amount of different concepts that you can make with these dies. Bearing in mind they're only one simple die, but absolutely for a simple die they are extraordinary dies. This is the die you're going to get in each pack. They're all done in that similar border, but they create different ones. So our first one is our party time. Then we have our scattered flowers. And remember, like Craig was saying earlier, which is a great idea, you can use all those inner pieces for your shaker cards, for embellishments, for paper piecing back in. You've got your dancing butterflies. We've then got our happy hearts, very happy hearts. We've got happy hearts here, haven't we, Craig? You've got your in-flight, another beautiful design. You've got your confetti sprinkles. Then we've got our dots and spots, or spots and dots. Then we've got our laurel leaves. We've then got that beautiful autumnal leaves. Our pretty petals. Our twinkle twinkle. And then the one Craig used in that last demo, that soaring dragonflies. Right, I can't wait to see which Craig is going to use next. Craig, which one are you going to use next?
We're going to go for the happy hearts here.
Oh, nice.
Happy hearts. And what I've got a layer that's been dried where I've used the shimmer ink pad, which was the toffee apple. So I can show you that after. What I'm actually going to do, though, is I'm going to do it with one of the Duet, the rosy apple. We're going to go in with the rosy apple, and I've got my white cardstock, white multi-purpose cardstock. And for this, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start to drag. I'm going to go in and I'm going to drag. So we're just going to lay that colour down here. Now, depending on the ink pad that you use, what I mean by that is I don't mean colour, I mean whether, of course, it's Duet, what reactive, whether it is the shimmer, you're going to get a different look. For instance, the shimmer, like these are juicy, but the shimmer ink pads are really, really juicy. And what I mean by that as well is if I bring in, let's bring in that piece of cardstock that I also had, just to show you the comparison here. So I'll keep going with that in a second, but if I go in with the toffee apple that's been used originally and then just go down, I mean, look at the difference. The difference when it comes to that juicy, juicy ink pad. So the toffee apple is what's been used with one of the finished layers, but I did want to just show you that you can still go in and then start to use your Duet ink pads with doing that rustic background. For instance, for this one, I wouldn't keep going so it's completely smooth. I would keep it within this sort of rustic effect. Going in with that rustic scattered effect. What we can then also do is if I just add a little bit onto my glass mat as well, and I'm going to go in just with a paintbrush and go in just with a little bit of water. I'm going to dab some of that excess off, maybe just a tiny wee bit more water in there. And then I'm just going to flick. And I'm trying to flick within the edges. Of course, it's free for all. It's going to go where it wants to go. So if it does, I'm fine with that. But the direction, I am just trying to purposely keep it in line. Going to do a little bit more. That's still wet, so I just want to make sure I don't put that into the water. I'm just going to add a little bit more into or onto my glass mat. I'm going to do that again. A little bit more water. I'm going to pick that up. And then I'm just going to flick on the back of my hand here, like so. And that's it. That's all that I'm going to do. Let's go in and let's dry that off with my heat gun. So we're going to go in and start to dry that off. Now, you can leave it to go at room temperature and just let it to dry naturally. But by going in with the heat gun, I'm going to heat set that so we can die cut this. I do have a layer that's dried with the toffee apple, but I really wanted to use this Duet so that you can see the difference. We're going to go dry that off.
I love that, looks amazing.
Isn't it funny how something like that, it's just so quick, but so simple, and that effect that you've got. It's as if it's like an artistic, as if someone's just thrown a tub of paint or something.
That's exactly, it does look artistic, and I'm actually thinking that Cheers die, I'm not sure if it's still in the Cheers collection, but there was a Cheers die. You could literally die cut that and just put that on the top of that, like going at an angle, and it would look really effective.
You're right.
Almost look like you shook a bottle up and it's the Cheers just like gone across the thing. That's
exactly what it's like, isn't it? It's exactly what it's like.
Yeah, you've got it on there, that Cheers one. I thought that'd be really cool. It's a lovely die.
So I'm just So let's, just for a second, let's take a bit of gold that we've got. So obviously we're still going to die cut it with the confetti border dies, but just while we're on that, little bit of a play here, Debbie. Let's go.
I love this. I love going off piece,
Just
Craig.
off piece here. Off piece.
Bringing different things in.
Bringing them in here. Just having that little bit of a play so you can see what direction you can go in as well. Let's take that excess off. Now I've got my gold layer here, which is 4 3/4. Now the reason that I'm also going to add a bit of black layer is because it'll complement our sentiment in a minute. So just over 4 3/4. So a little bit of a black layer around the gold. So I'm going to pop that into there. I'm just going to set that there just for a second. Let's go in with that cheers die. So let's bring in that cheers die here. Let's take that out, move that out the way. Let's also, for speed, let's bring in our mini. Now, of course, with the G2, we've got that pause, we've got that reverse feature, but let's just also go in with the actual cheers. Let's bring in my scissors as well. So I'm just going to chop that one up. I'm going to pop that into there. So let's run that one through. I'm going to bring in the bit of gold that I've also got spare as well. So let's take that one, pop that one out. So this is where I would have a little play. So not necessarily will I use the black. What I'm going to do is we can have a little bit of a play. So taking that one die, taking one of your ink pad, we've all got white card, we've all got black card, most of us are going to have like a gold card. That's if you were to follow the same suit as to what I'm doing here. And then, like I say, just so that I've got the choice, what I'm also going to do, because just about playing with the colour layout within the sentiment, let's also do it in white, because I might do white on the top layer and black as a drop shadow, or it might be gold with a drop shadow.
Do you do this at home? I do this all the time. Like, I think, what's going to work? So I end up cutting out loads of different colours just to see which works.
Just to see what one works. So therefore, taking that out, so then this is where, exactly as Debbie was saying there, so if I bring that in, so I could have a look and see, right, do I want gold at the top with black at the bottom, with the drop shadow, or do I want it so that it's black at the top with the gold as the drop shadow?
I like that better.
Down there, I like that too, actually. Do I want gold as the drop shadow and then
I like that too.
white on the top? Or do I want white on the back with the gold on the top there?
No, I don't think the gold on the top one either.
So I'm thinking definitely gold on the base.
Yes.
But do we want the white, or do we
nice.
want the black?
Oh, I don't know. I like both. The white, I think.
Like the white?
Yeah.
So we've got the white. So that can go onto there. So what we will do is we will use it. So let's take...
I love that background. I've actually got, I can't remember the date, so apologies, but I do have a Duet ink pad show, masterclass, coming up in January.
Oh, fab.
And I think it's the 20-something, so I'd need to double check. But that's made me sort of give me more thought of what I'm going to do for it, Craig, because I love that, what you've made there.
It's as if you would think the recipient, if they're not a crafter and they know that you've made it, they think you've spent ages doing that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And unbeknown to them, you've taken your
It actually looks like a
ink pad.
printed background.
Printed
you get
yeah.
those really cool backgrounds that they just print onto. That's what it looks like. It's really cool.
So doing that drop shadow. So even if that was all that you've done, Debbie, like that, or then of course you can then go further up, you can go in the middle, you can go at that angle. So we are still going to use that, but let's bring in our die here. So let's go in with the love hearts. So with the love heart, we're just going to go in at that angle. So we're going to go corner to corner. what we're then going to do is let's tape. I'm going to go rogue here, and I'm not going to tape it down. I'm going to rely on the pressure on my plate. So I'm going to go into there. So let's do frosted shim and then our top plate, because I know I won't need my magnetic shim. So let's run that one through. Now, if you do put the magnetic shim in, don't worry. And all that I'm saying is you don't need all that extra pressure. So if you could get away without it, great. But let's take that out. This time what I'm also going to do is let's be careful as we pop that out, because what we're also going to have, Debbie, is red love hearts.
Oh, love that.
Within the back there. So let's take our pokey tool as well. I'm going to bring in my tape runners. So I've got my 2 tape runners here. And for this one, I'm going to go in with my dots. Let's bring in the dots here. So let's take a dotty tape runner, and I'm going to go round here. So I'm going to go over the back. So where we've got the love hearts, I'm going to go on with the dots. And then where we've got our solid, I'm going to go in with, I think we need to change these ones, replace these ones. Where we've got the solid layer of cardstock, I'm going to go in with my straight, because I don't want to waste my dots on that open area. So let's bring in that gold, and let's set that over the top there.
That's so nice.
Then let's pop that one onto our black. So let's work our way around into here. Let's pop that in. Do you know something? I didn't actually think I would have a finished demo, but we might actually have that. We can go in with that chair. So again, we can go chairs at the bottom. We can go into the middle. And in actual fact, I am going to go into the middle, because I like that look of it in the middle. And then what we're going to do is we're going to complement it at the side with a couple of the love hearts. So if I pop that into there, so we've got the chairs. So let's press that and hold that. I'm then going to take my die. So let's pop a load of these hearts out. So we've got lots of different sizes of the love hearts, but because I've cut into that ink layer background, these are all white. No, they're not. They're all red on that white cardstock. But not only that, is they're not like a solid red. Because we've got kind of that wash effect, we can then take, let's do 1, 2, 3 dots. Let's go in with a love heart there. Let's go in with one there. Let's pick that one up, pop that into there. I'm going to go in with a tiny, tiny one. So I'm going to pop my pokey tool into my tacky glue and then pick that up there. And then let's do the same. So let's do 1, 2, 3. Let's pick up
so nice.
One of the larger love hearts. Let's do the medium love heart, and then I've got a small love heart there. And then all that I'll do in a moment is I'll make a, do you know what? For anyone that is new and you're limited on size of card blanks, let's quickly do that. So that's just under 5 by 5. So let's do 5 1/4 by 5 1/4. So I'm going to do this twice. Now you can make your card blanks with your large cardstock, of course, and in actual fact we can get away with that. Never thought of that with the size of my A4.
Yeah, absolutely.
So let's take our scoreboard, and this is just, if I'm doing it with a A4 cardstock, I'll tend to fold at the size that I want. Now what I mean by that is my card blank that I'm wanting is 5 1/4 by 5 1/4. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to score at 5 1/4. So if I score at 5 1/4, fold that one over. Let's just give that a burnish. Now, of course, we've got our overhang here, but it doesn't matter because that is exactly 5 1/4, which it is here. Chop that excess, turn that around, 5 1/4. We've got our card blank. Bring in, I do like a 10-fold card.
Yeah,
like
me
it so it
too.
opens at the top. It's just, I don't know, I can't quite put my finger on why I like a tent fold. That I do. Well, that's a lie. I like a tent fold when I've got a lot of weight and dimension to it, because I feel that obviously it holds it. It's got that structure for your card.
I think there's something a bit more elegant about a tent fold card.
Defo, yeah. There we go. So let's press that in.
And it sits better when you're looking at it as well.
Definitely,
doesn't it?
for sure, doesn't it?
That is
Sits
beautiful,
so much
Craig.
better.
And just shows you from start to finish being able to be creative like that.
Yeah.
That is absolutely gorgeous.
And that was with the rosy apple.
Yes,
Duet.
which is amazing. Yeah, so you've got your rosy apple. You've also got your happy hearts as well.
Yeah.
We'll just have a quick recap of those boards that of the dies on the boards, so you can see exactly what you're getting in this collection, because it's an amazing deal. You're saving so much on here. They're £56 or $70, and you're getting the entire 12 collection. And you could be making a card just like Craig. So we've got our soaring dragonflies. We've got our twinkle twinkle. We've got the pretty petals, those gorgeous autumnal leaves. We've got the laurel leaves, the spots and dots, the confetti sprinkles. Got those gorgeous birds, I love those ones. In flight, those happy hearts that Craig was just using. Then we've got the butterflies, so we've got our dancing butterflies, we've got our scattered flowers, and then the last one, we have our party time. You're getting all 12 of those in that collection for platinum price, £44.80 or £56. Now, talking about those Duet ink pads, they are absolutely beautiful. I do love these ink pads, and yes, I will be. In fact, shall I tell you, I'm going to have a look at my calendar, and I'll be able to tell you when I've got a show with them, so you can tune in for that one. Let's see if it's on the 19th. I'm in on the 19th. Nope. It's not there either. When else am I in? Let's have a look. This is good, isn't it? Oh, here we go, 23rd. 23rd, we've got a master class at 3 o'clock, 23rd of January. So I'm going to go home and do my homework on these and really try and come up with some new and innovative ideas for you, because I absolutely love them. We've got our Midnight Mist. We've then got our Awakening Forest. I just need to put my glasses on, sorry. I thought I'd get away with it, but I will put them on. We've got our Sunrise Glow. Then our Sweet Clementine, our Spring Buds, our Waterfall, our Sailor's Wake, which is a beautiful colour, that one. We've got our Soft Heather, that Rosy Apple that our Craig was just using. Then we've got our Raspberry Ripple, which is one of my favourites. I think that's such a pretty candy floss pink. And then we've got our Vintage Merlot as well in that gorgeous plum colour. Absolutely gorgeous ink pads to use. So if you want to go for them today, they are on an amazing offer. You're actually saving £36 plus. Absolutely love that one. Right, we're going to give you a chance to check out your baskets. So while you do, have a look at this.
What makes Crafters TV so special is you guys.
It's really special because the experts are really experts. They're really skilled at what they do, and they want to make sure that the audience also improves on their skills.
Crafters TV is so special because you've got together a really sort of key group of people and people that are very passionate about the product.
Crafters TV is so special because it's a unique community that we have with each other, where we can learn and grow and communicate with each other.
Community, the family spirit, the education, everything to do with craft. We are all like-minded people who share a passion.
I love all the inspiration the demonstrators bring and all the knowledge for us out here.
What makes Crafters TV so special? 100% it's the interaction. No other crafting TV channel or show has the same interaction.
I love the community, I love chatting live, I think that's the best part. And it's gone beyond crafting because we've become friends.
It feels to me to be a really, really close relationship with our customers and viewers.
You guys make us feel like we're part of your family. I've never been on the show before, but one of my friends who I did meet from CCTV encouraged me, and I was on the craft along.
Massive team of people, and I think they've all got their role to play, and it just brings everything together. It allows us to do our job and just love it.
The people, obviously. The people not just here at Crafters Companion, but the viewers that watch us. I mean, everybody. We have this real magical essence about it.
Bye for now. Bye.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the Crafters Companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% of your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches. You'll receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Are we in trouble or are we all right? Should be coming in. Should be coming.
What did she do?
Exactly
what
how
did she do?
he looks.
This is awesome. This is awesome.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
And I watch you every day, and it's just what really gets you through when you're really at rock bottom.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV, create every day.
Yes, create every day. What about a new craft though? Because we're in our event. So new year, new craft. And it's just been a great day, to be honest. And we've only got half an hour left. But I know that our Craig is going to be showing some more great demos. Now, the next one we're going to show you is one from our Sheena. This collection went down a storm, literally. You loved it. It's a beautiful collection. It's our Bella Luna, or Sheena's Bella Luna. And it has just some of the most remarkable stamps and dies and also extra embellishments on here. But we're going to take you through this main collection at the moment. You can see you're saving that £12.89 or $16.45. Platinum price £55 or $72. Now each one comes, so this is the full set that we're seeing here, 11 pieces on this one. We've got our Call of the Wild, that gorgeous wolf. I mean, such a beautiful stamp and die set. We've then got our Hare's Towel, lovely stamp, that one. We've also got that gorgeous swing, which is the moon, tiny little writing on here, moon gazing. It's not so much the little writing, it's like it's not good writing. I can't actually read it. It's not because I can't see, I've got my glasses on. We've then got to turn that around the other way, the crescent moon, which I absolutely love that die. These little vines you'll be using time and time again, great one. This was one of my favourite dies. I absolutely love the full moon die with all those clouds. You can use that in so many different ways. It's just beautiful, love that one. And you know Sheena's going to do us some amazing stamp sets. What about a magical moonlight? That is so gorgeous. And what I love about these stamps is they've all done quite simply for even people that are just novice, that they're just new to this sort of crafting. They're easy enough to colour in. You've got Wish Upon a Star. You've also got your dolphin there. So we've got our Dolphin Dreams with our stamp and die set. That would go lovely with the Mermaid Dreams. Beautiful one. You've got your Dusk Till Dawn, which is your embossing folder. We've also got a die and stamp set, which is perfect for that moon die. Let's pop it that way, which is your floral crescent. Another beautiful design. And then you're getting a full set here of stencils, which you're going to be using time and time again to be creative with. So this is going to create your water scenes for your dolphin. It's got your grass scenes here. It's got that tree, the grasses, the meadows. I think that is a beautiful one to have with this collection, and it's absolutely amazing and such a good price today. So £69 or $90. Craig, what have you got to show us with this?
Right, let's have a look at some of these most beautiful samples that we've got before we do a little bit of a play here. We've got now, with this collection here, water-based, alcohol-based. I think it's absolutely perfect having this collection on throughout today as well, because you can start to take what you've learnt from Debbie earlier on in New Year's New Craft and then do the colouring when it comes to the elements from this. And I'm going to do a little bit of colouring as well. However, I'm going to be really, really cheeky. And on the shows today, we've got classic pens, we've got aqua pens, we've got aqua pencils, but I'm going to use my favourites, and that's a couple of tri-blends. Although that they're not on the show, I think because it's all been about colouring today, it's still a good thing just to show the tri-blends. So we're going to use them just in a moment, but this is the sort of things that you can be doing. Now, although within the collection you don't have the paper pad, think of all the different paper pads that we've brought. Nature Garden, Sarah's Signature. Use a paper pad, even just one of the little sentiments. It would be absolutely beautiful. Oh, we do have the paper pads as a separate collection. I didn't realise that. So even better then, maybe something to consider when it comes to the paper pads. In saying that, if we do follow on suit with what I was saying a moment ago, look at that with our ombre glitter card. If you've got our ombre glitter card, works an absolute treat as well. So you're going to be able to do all these cards, these scene building projects. I mean, that one there, and then even this next one, a little box frame that you can get for about £3.99, £4 here in the UK, and then just pop something like that in there.
That's gorgeous.
You know, giving you your sparkle overlay that you were using earlier on, Debbie, as well, with the colouring. Your nesting dies you're going to be able to use. So let's go in and let's use that die, the cloud. So we're going to use the full moon, that die, and then we're also going to be using the floral crescent, which is the, it's kind of like the floral, actually, let's just show you, that one there. We're going to be using here. So you've got that floral, but it's in that shape of the moon, but you've got the die as well. So let's focus on the actual full moon to start with here. So let's take this one out. And what I like as well with this one is it's like a cloud frame, and it's going to be good for a new baby as well, with the clouds.
Yes.
I think it's a really good one.
Look, a nice picture frame as well for a new baby. Yeah, that'd be beautiful.
Be really,
I
really
love this
lovely.
die.
And then, you know, the baby's name, maybe the date of birth. You know, whenever my family or friends ask me to make a new baby card, I tend to do it on Microsoft Word, but I just will type out the baby's name, the time that they were born, the date that they were born, and their weight. If I know the weight, I'll tend to put that. So even that, you know, and the font may be small, but it's not going to be too small that it's not readable if you were to have that kind of framed within the middle there. So you could do that. That was the full plate configuration that I'd done there, including the metal shim. And the reason being is because there is embossing detail within this die as well. So I've kept that in because there's that much pressure. That will also help emboss the actual embossed detail. But what I'm then going to do is, if I can find I'm going to go in with our older one. It's our purple one. It's the same, it's just purple. So the way that I tend to remind myself about the embossing mat is I'll flip it over and I'll take my cutting plate off, and then I'll put my rubber embossing mat into place, and then I'm going to put that back. I'm going to flip it around, and then I'm going to take out the magnetic shim. If you are new to us, there is not a technique where you have the metal shim and the embossing mat together. Don't ever have them together. It's either one or the other. So I'm taking that out. I'm going to then pop that back together again, and then we're going to feed that through. And it's just small embossed detail within the die, but it's just that curvature around the clouds that's just then going to emboss with that folder there. We're going to take that away, and then we're just going to then pop that away. I mean, even that, Debbie, both of those, keep them together
Yeah, I mean, how cool does that look?
How cool does that look?
Yeah, really cool.
Or even, you know, just that.
Yeah.
Just that. Always have a look at your waist, see how it looks. But we're then going to then pop this one out. So if I then pop that out, can we see within each of the, oh, look,
yeah.
you've got all of that embossed detail all the way around the clouds. You can see it around the bottom as well, that fine detail that you've got. What we're doing is...
It's incredible detail.
It really is. I mean, there you go. Look at that.
It's so lovely.
Absolutely beautiful. Really, really beautiful. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with the baby blue here. Blending tool once again. You might find it easier with your finger dauber, but I'm going to secure it with my fingers here because it is delicate. But all that I'm doing is I'm just going to go and etch round the edge. If you've got anything like for something like this, if I come and blend in, there's a chance I'm going to pull that up and pick that up. So therefore, although I'm still blending, I'm just pulling away from myself. So we're still going to get that colour. I'm just anchoring it down with my finger. So we're just going to add that blue tone into place here. We're just going to lift again, just anchor it down so it's nice and secure. And we're just working our way round. So just picking out that detail on that outer edge, finishing off at the edges of the cloud there. You can go in with a couple of tones of blue if you want to, or maybe the anthracite as well, but I'm just keeping it on that outer edge. So it's light and it's subtle, but it's, and actually that angle that we just seen Jamie on with there a minute ago, you've seen how that picked up the blue. We're going to, there, you can see how you've got that blue just coming through around that outer edge. What we're then going to do, we're going to cut it again into some silver mirror card, but this is going to be drop shadow, funny enough, you know, I do love my drop shadow. So I don't need to worry about embossing it because you're not going to see the embossed detail. So I'm just going to go into place here and I'm just going to go in, and because it's mirror card, I'm still going to add in my magnetic shim. Not because I'm wanting that detail to be pushed through, just because it's a little bit heavier. You've got your card layer, you've got your coating layer as well with that silver. So I'm just wanting to make sure that we've got that clean cut, popping that one out, and then if we come along with our pokey tool once again, and then feed that through, carefully prise that away, take that out, and then even when it comes to the silver, it just looks fab. It looks absolutely beautiful. So, so delicate. So let's go lovely. Back in with that layer there. And I'm just going to use the dots. Now, once again, I'm just going to anchor it down with my finger here, being really careful. And although this is great for the dots, at home, this is the sort of thing that I would use my tacky glue in the fine nozzle, just because of the detail. But if you are using your dots like I'm doing here, just make sure you're securing it with your finger, because you don't want to, of course, then pull or tear any of these little bits. So let's just make sure that's nice and flat, the best we can get. And then we're going to go in. So the best way that I always like to describe when it comes to drop shadow, now we're all a little bit different, to the left, to the right, up, down, different ways in which you can do it. But I like to go down to the bottom right-hand corner. So what I tend to do is I'll tend to hover right over the top, and then I'll pull slightly down to that right-hand corner. And this is where something like your tacky glue, for something that's really, really delicate, is a lot more flexible in the way that you can move or maneuver it. But as long as I don't press too much, I can still move these components together with my dots. I can lift and then just move that, giving that my drop shadow, that silver drop shadow. Even when it comes to this one here, I'm just going to carefully prise that up, move that in, press that in, and then we've got our drop shadow there with the silver. So I can set that one to the side for now. And then let's go in with our Nina cardstock. Now with this one as well, let's take our dies and our stamps. So I'm going to go in with my dies. So I'm still going to do my, like what I have been doing, I'm still going to die cut and then stamp first. So let's go in. I am going to secure this with my low tack tape. So So let's take that one into place here. I'm going to go in with my plates once again. So let's go in with our full plate configuration. And then we're going to run that one through here. I'm going to be using my large stamping platform, but as you'll see, it makes it a little bit more tricky because I've got nowhere to put my magnetic discs. So what I'm going to do, while I've got my dotty tape runner to the side of me here, I'm going to take that out. Now, if you didn't see my demo earlier on, the reason I like to cut, stamp, and then do the colouring last is just in case, small chance that I stamp and then I colour, then I was to cut, and then, you know, God forbid, the die slips, I've wasted all that time doing the colouring. So that's why I always like to do it last. But as you can see here, I've got nowhere to anchor it down because I've got nowhere to put my discs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go onto the back here, and I'm just going to do a couple of little bits of my dots, even down into the corners here, and these just wipe off your stamping platform. And I'm just going to go into the centre here, press that in, and then I'm going to go in with my stamp. So let's take my stamp. Now this one is brand new. It's not been used. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to prime it. Now that's, you know, a little bit of a fancy word, but all that is because it's brand new, sometimes you can get some residual material sitting on the stamp. So if you've found with a brand new stamp, it starts to bubble or bobble when it comes to the ink that you use, that's just that residual material just blocking it from giving a really good impression. So you can either go with a brand new stamp, your low tack tape, and you can either just put your low tack tape over and peel off, and that's going to take any residual material off, so a little bit like a lint roller. You can use our stamping cleaning station, you can use that, or I still like to go in, and I'm going to line all this up first and then I'll show you what I do. I still like to go in with my translucent clear ink pad, which I'll show you. But now that I've got that exactly where I want it, if I pop this into place here, although I don't have my magnetic discs, my stamp's where I want it, my die cut's exactly where I want it, so I know that I can go back and stamp. But because it's brand new, as I say, your low tack tape or your stamp cleaner, or I always go to my translucent clear ink pad. You only need to do this once. You don't need to do it every single time. Just the once is more than fine. It won't affect the alcohol-proof ink pad or the water-based ink pad, irrelevant of, or depending on which one you're using. We're just going to then ink up. That's also taken away any of the residual material away. It's going to then enable you to have a nice, crisp, clean impression. I'm going to go back, and then once I'm happy with where it is, I'm just going to press. I always like to keep one hand still and then move the other one, and then I'll chop and change, move that around, press that in, lift, and then we've got our perfect stamped impression. I'm going to then lift that up here, like so, and then we've got our curvature. Amazing. We've got our floral crescent, and then we'll just do a little bit of colour in here. So let's take our couple of classics here. No, we're not. Tri-blends. Pink violet blend and alpine green blend that we're going to use here. I'm going to take a little bit of cardstock.
And I had a great idea with the stamping platform as well, Craig, to use with your stencils, to put your magnets on the stencils and then stencil on your
Hey, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
So do you mean maybe like the stencils that you gave a little bit of a tease to earlier on that are
was
coming
very
soon?
naughty, yes, and didn't realise that they were supposed to be on tomorrow, but they're now not.
That's a really, really good idea. No, it's definitely not Debbie's fault.
I shouldn't leave them lying around the studio, Craig.
I completely agree. If they're not on tomorrow, the guy shouldn't have had them out there on the big table. Yeah. No, they are coming soon. But that is a really good idea, actually, isn't it? With using them for your stencil.
They're very nice. Might have to get them as soon as they come out.
Do you know what the annoying thing is? And it is annoying, right? We've told you time and time again at home, we are very lucky. If we've got certain products on the show, we're giving them to us from the company. Anything else, then we'll purchase ourselves. I was meant to have them on Hobby Maker tomorrow, so Tracy gave me a set before I went off at Christmas. But but I need to give them back because now I don't have that launch.
So
I
they
need to
might
give
not
them
say
back.
anything. They might just order another pair for someone.
Do you think if none of us, if it's our secret,
Yeah, it's our secret.
if we don't say anything,
No, don't say anything.
we won't say anything.
You don't ever give something back unless it's asked for.
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
tell. Don't
Yeah, I might not do that. I'll just keep that
Well,
between.
you're leading me astray.
Either way, I'm still going to buy them again because
I'm
they're
going to buy them.
absolutely
I'm
beautiful that are
definitely buying them.
coming.
And I haven't got them. I'm not launching them, so I will buy them.
Yeah. So I know that we're teasing. They're not going to be long.
So now Jamie's just had a really good point.
What's that?
Because I've used them, I should get them.
That's a really good point. That is a really good point, yeah. And because they were handed to me by Tracy.
Yeah, they wasn't really handed to me. They were just laying around the studio.
Actually, when I come back from Hobby Maker tomorrow, I might have a very quick play, and then therefore, if I've opened them, they're mine.
Oh, yeah. Well, I opened the pack today.
Yeah, but no, joking. Yeah, we are very lucky. But yeah, unfortunately, I don't have the launch now tomorrow, so I'm not going to say anything, and we'll just wait and see.
No,
Tracy
don't say
says anything.
You're fine, Craig. You'll be fine.
It's Tracy, so she'll remember. Within this floral here, the tri-blends, we've got so many shows that we've done previously when it comes to tri-blends. You're going to use these in the same way with your Classiques or your Illustrator pen. The only difference, for instance, Classiques that you showed, instead of it being 3 separate individual pens, so a light, a medium and a dark, 3 separate ones, you've got the 3 tones all in that one pen. So therefore, you're going to apply the colour in the same way. Now, I would do them in smaller sections, kind of like I'm doing here. And what I've done is I've done within the Cheers to You collection, I've gone in with that light tone first, and then I'm just going to go into that dark edge underneath that individual petal with our darker tone. And then I'm going to go just over now. So I've gone into the middle of my tri-blend, which is now that lighter shade. And that I'm going to cross over just ever so slightly and blend that one out. And then I can go back into that light tone and just finish that off and blend that one out into there. Let's go in this one again. So let's do this larger petal. So I'm going in with that light tone. So in with that light tone, and I'm coming about 2/3 of the way here, like so. Then going to go into that dark tone. So if you're using the Classic, you'll then just go into the separate pen, which is the darker shade. In this sense, the pink violet blend. So let's go underneath that last petal. We're then going to go in with that mid-tone, and we're just going to then blend that one out, and then we're going to go back into that last one. And everything that Debbie said with the New Year, New Craft earlier on, whether it's the Illustrator or the Classic pens, stands exactly the same for your tri-blends because they are alcohol-based. So let that alcohol evaporate just for a short while, and then I'm just going to go in with one of the leaves here. This one is the Alpine Green, and I'm going to bring in one of Sheena's finished samples just to show you where I'm starting to get the idea of the flow. I'm going to go in with the actual vein. We're going to go add that in, blend just that one into there. You're going to keep on going when it comes to all of the layers, but all that I would do is stick with the 2 tones, the 2 colours, change them if you want to, but then overlaying onto a piece of pattern paper. Let's just bring that into here. So what I would do is once that's finished, simply overlay just like that, and the only difference is pattern paper. Pattern paper and then a sentiment, so we can see there is our stamped impression, there is the clouds, that's where they've overlapped, a little bit of matte and layer on a 5x5 card with your sentiment, and that's how it would end up looking, like so.
Yeah, that's absolutely beautiful. Stephanie's saying she's loving these shows. It's given her more and more inspiration for all the items that she has. Pat is also saying that Bella Luna is one of her most favourite sets that I have. But then she adds, one of my resolutions this year is to use it, lol, which is very funny. And then oh, demos. We've got 2 demos. I think I know who it's going to because
I
it's
think I know as well, Debbie, you've won.
But let's get a vote of the show going. We've only got 2 cards today because it's been they're quite similar actually in their designs,
Actually,
aren't
yeah.
they? Yeah. I love Craig's card.
I love your card. Do you know something? Both of our cards, we winged without any direction to start with.
Yeah, absolutely. I have to say, I really enjoyed earlier because both me and Craig today didn't come up with any demos. We just decided that it's that new year, new craft. We wanted to show you all those different techniques and things that you can do. Didn't plan to make any cards. So actually, it's a real bonus that we've got 2 cards done in the day. But you do have to choose because we put 1 for the vote. So number 1 was my one from the New Year, New Crafts at 3 p.m. And number 2 was Craig's Cheers one with the confetti dies there, which is absolutely gorgeous as well. So 1 or 2, and Susie will get to her voting head on. Let's just recap on that Bella Luna because it's proving very popular and you're absolutely loving it. I love that many of you already have it. For those who don't, this is what you're getting in that main collection. You're getting your moon gazing, which is that amazing little girl on the swing. You've got your dolphin dreams, your hare's tail. You've also got your Call of the Wild. You've got that beautiful crescent moon. You've also got that amazing full moon as well. That crescent or floral moon, floral crescent, which goes beautifully with the both the circular dies. We've also got some beautiful stamp sets in there. That one there, and you've also got your magical moonlight. A lovely embossing folder. This one you can do so much with, so if I show you that one. And I'm pretty sure you can use the stencils with that as well, so you can use that to overlay, but you can use that on its own. You've got the beautiful waves there that will go with the dolphin, so lots of different designs in that one. All of that today for platinum price, $55.20 or $72 for our US viewers. Now, we also have some accessory packs to go with them as well. Again, amazing things that you can use just to really enhance and give it that sort of amazing feel about it. We've got our glitter pastes, so you're getting those 2 glitter pastes, which is your sort of gold one and silver lay down there. We're also getting our the Bella Luna shimmer sprays, so you're getting those gorgeous shimmer sprays. You're getting 2 of those, a gold and a silver, but look how they work on white card and then on black card, so they're incredible. And then you're also getting a set of our well, I say ours, they're shimmer ink pads. The bottom ones are shimmer, as you can see. The top ones are our duets, and you're getting them in all those multiple colours. I think that's a great one to have in addition. And then you're also getting the gouache. So you're getting the gouache in here and the white acrylic paint marker as well, which is amazing. You can do so many different effects with it. That's what you're getting. I remember at the time Sheena was saying this we need to keep in core stock all the time because gouache is amazing. So you can use it in lots of different ways. Just go and research that up or go back and watch Sheena's shows and you'll be able to see exactly what she uses with those. And then the last bits in that collection is the incredible paper pads. And you are getting lots in here. I'm going to just quickly go through the little mini paper pad, which is your 6x6. Lots, it's double-sided and you can see it's got the most amazing, really rich, I mean, that literally looks like you're looking through your garden flowers into the moon. It's absolutely stunning. I'm assuming this is probably a paper pad. I'm sure Faye has done this, but they are absolutely incredible designs, beautiful colours. You'll be using time and time again. Lots of different ones that you can use for that. Yeah, I mean, you could just look through them and really find yourself sort of stargazing, can't you? Absolutely beautiful designs. You're getting that in your 6x6 and then you're getting them in the bigger version in the 12x12 pad as well. So I'll show you just a few of those so you can see how they look in that 12x12, but just as absolutely beautiful. As Jamie just said, you're getting all the quality in there that you do in the smaller pads. It is, I mean, look at that. Oh, Just stunning, absolutely stunning. Yes, you could, Jamie. These are great for framing. You can put them in a frame, have them in your hallway, in your lounge. I mean, they're just absolutely gorgeous. On top of that, you're also getting your vellum pad as well. I love that we do vellums with so many different collections, and the Bella Luna is no exception. We have got the vellums to go with that. And then on top of that, of course, we're going to have our linen card pack. It's our luxury linen. It's amazing with all those colours that are going to match beautifully with all the papers in your paper pad. So that is all your Bella Luna. Let's have a look and see. Oh, we do have a demo of the day. Of course, it goes to Craig's number 2. And I'm so happy because it was an amazing demo. Something that's actually quite simple, but it works and it just looks absolutely amazing. Absolutely love that. Oh, I love that. Jamie said it was my ideas and Craig made it. So it's a duet card.
It is.
I love that. Love that. So that's our winner of the show. Thank you very much. Leah is saying, thank you both for a great day of explaining colouring. It has been wonderful and really appreciated. Oh, you're very welcome. And there has been lots of comments, and I'm so sorry I haven't read lots of them out. Trish is saying, Craig, you're so clever. She plans to use this technique going forward.
Awesome.
Deborah is saying, greetings and Happy New Year to everyone from Texas. Alicia is saying, I have this collection and I love it. Fred is saying he's sorry he's late, but Happy New Year, everyone. Happy New Year, Fred. And Happy New Year to all of you. Now, don't forget, we are back on your screens, live shows. We're with you all week at 11 a.m., 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. All week, so you can join us. And each day of the week, this week, we are showing you that new year, new craft. But do head up to the website because it's only for 2 days longer. You've actually got your winter sale on. There's also an out of this world deal, which you'll find on there as well. But do check out your baskets because there's no guarantee it's going to be along. And the Gemini too is selling really well today. So make sure you grab yourself a bargain because I've got a feeling that might not be that price in a couple of days' time. Who knows? It could be, it might not be. I don't want you to miss out on that extra £30 saving. Craig, when are you back on our screens?
So I am back. Well, I'm back on Hobby Maker in the UK tomorrow, but I'm back on Crafters TV on Thursday. Me and Ben are back, so it's going to be my New Year, New Craft, which is all about scoring. Wake Up Call, New Year, New Craft, my favourite show. You know my favourite show, Cartload. We've got a big cartload.
Love it. Well, thank you so much for today, Craig. It's been amazing. I will see you very soon.
Yes, you will.
You'll be back tomorrow with Crafters TV, and I'm going back down the motorway because I'm heading home, but I will see you very, very soon. Bye for now.
Toodles.